My name's Harry Dickinson, and if you haven't noticed, I'm with Kamloops, Augering, and Boring, and I'd like to talk about a crossing that motivated us as an organization to create a ground disturbance checklist. This particular project was in West Bank, and we had a line strike that could have been completely prevented. Why do we want to do a ground disturbance checklist? Our motto at Kamloops Augering is ensuring we all get home safely, so that's obviously paramount is safety. Preventing damage, and thirdly is just to document your due diligence. Like if you've documented what you're doing and you've gone through if you've done everything like what you do with S.U.E and applied to on a smaller scale project, and you documented all this stuff, and you have an incident, you're not going to get in trouble if you've done what a reasonable person is expected to do some of our work. And this crossing was could be considered a comedy of errors on, not just on the general contractor's part and the consultant and Kamloops Augering. Don't need to really get too much into this as it's kind of gone over and over today. What it is ground disturbance. Basically, what I tell the guys when they go into the field, a ground disturbance could be just as simple as kicking rocks out on the job site. That's a ground disturbance. You need to, the only thing that's basically exempt from a ground disturbance would be routine road maintenance or farming, just regular agriculture cultivation at greater than or equal to 45 centimeters. I'm sure all the contractors out here have seen something similar to this. This is all the locations shown are approximate and must be confirmed. This is what the consultant knows. He's put on the drawing. He knows this is there, but he doesn't know everything. He may have done his own BC1 call and just left it at that. And there's three utility owners that responded to him, so he knows there's 3 utilities somewhere in this area, and he's left it up to the contractor to make sure that you do your BC1 call and do your locates. As I said, this was in April 2010. We had a line strike with our 4-inch distribution gas line. We're working with a general contractor, and this was going right into the Easter long weekend. And I was present, so I can speak about this, but I'm not going to name any names or anything. I'm not going to. Names have been changed to protect the guilty. We got to fill this paperwork out. We need to have it filled out, and that's when our foreman goes over it with their foreman, and then he has his spot where he can initial it, and then in the end, everybody kind of signs it. We sign it. Whoever's there, everybody signs it. We want everybody to be involved with this whole ground disturbance checklist. The third and final step is that our foreman, all our guys have smartphones. Some of the phones are smarter than some of the guys. They're to take a picture of this completed form and send it into the office for review. So if somebody, a project manager in the office, actually looks through this, reads it, make sure that they're there. And one actually neat thing we added to was the closest hospital facility. We like to get the contractor involved right away and get them telling us, like, we're working for you. I have my own emergency response plan, but what is your response plan? If there's an emergency, how are you going to handle it? It kind of opens that conversation up. So that's basically how our ground disturbance kind of works. And everybody signs off on it. You can call it a permit. But I feel that if you call it a permit, it starts getting really weighty, and you get the contractors and anybody else out there, they don't really, am I signing my life away on something? So we just call it a check and say, this is our due diligence. We want to do it together with you. If you don't want to sign it or initial it, that's entirely up to you. But now it makes you look more culpable about something, or you're being negligent on something, or maybe you're not being upfront and telling me of everything what you know out there, because that's one of the things that as a sub and working for a general contractor, when they do their hazard analysis of things, they need to be sharing that information with me and my guys. I thought I needed to ask, and they're all answering. They're all coming up aces. And inadequate training right across the board. I think right from the consultant's inspector, maybe he didn't have enough information. Maybe I didn't have enough training. But the general contractor, he definitely was out of his league. The guy that they had, the site superintendent, he was out of his league for this. Our recommendation is that we all have roles and responsibilities in preventing damage, and this is a shared responsibility. So if we all share and work at this checklist and try to answer all the questions, you know, it looks like we're all trying to do what we want to do, get this crossing done safely and on time and in budget, and have an end product that everybody's happy with.